folks, well, it's Amy from Colorado Mountain Living, and this weekend we are getting to the exciting part of the stairs, the assembly. In this video we're just getting started on the assembly, so it's more a lot of math and logistics and trying to figure out how the pieces will go together. The other challenge with the staircase, the big stair treads and the spacers here, is that Bryan is going to be inserting lighting into the spacer so that they shine on the stairs. So there's an added element of trickery, I guess you could call it, to how to figure out how to embed the lights into a solid wood staircase. So there's a lot of drilling, a lot of tunneling, but anyway, it's a kind of a long video, so I just want to show you guys how it's all coming together, how we're getting started with our log tread staircase. What you got there?
Got our base plate.
Base plate.
All welded up.
Yeah.
I'm going to drill some holes so I can put these cement anchors in there. Like that.
Yeah. Good one. Oh, there's a boy.
Now you just screw it on.
Okay. So what is it called? It's called a drill
guide.
Drill guide.
So I'll screw it in place because this is 5 inches, 10 inches in diameter, so no way it's going to fit in a drill press unless they have a humongous drill press. So, and all the other ones are the throat on this is only 4 inches, so it wouldn't. I need at least 5 inches for all the other pieces.
So in the meantime, this is our solution: drill guide to keep your drill perpendicular to your surface.
Yep.
And someone had asked about, is that going to be big enough? Because he wasn't sure about the hole of the pipe, but it looks like you can accommodate.
Yeah, I'm drilling an 1 3/8 hole. So I did a test hole the other day. And so it goes in.
Okay.
A little bit of wiggle room, which is good. So.
Cool. So what are you doing now? Drilling your holes?
I was going to put a couple of holes in this mug.
Voila.
I gotta make it bigger, but
The hole? Cool. Now.
I'm gonna put one more in the middle.
Oh.
So I can see the center on the floor, through the floor. So now I need to route it out.
Got your plate. Nice and flush.
Yep.
So now putting in these bolts that are going to go into the cement in the floor.
So now I gotta go find the center. I need to drill a little bit of a hole in those spots just so the bolts are gonna stick up a little bit. So.
So with the base of the stairs done and the base plate being inserted into the stairs, we're ready for the next step, which is where to put it. So finding center, Bryan fashioned a big X above the stairwell, and we're using the plumb bob here to find our center point. So trying to get an exact spot to as accurate as possible, but made a mark on the floor there to help us get centered all the way. I think you got it. In the planning of the house, Bryan had planned to do a stairwell here. So there actually is a pad of concrete that does not have the radiant floor heating. There's like a 2-inch block. We couldn't exactly remember the exact location, so Bryan was sort of feeling around earlier, temperature-wise, to see if he could detect where the radiant floor heat was in this section. So he pretty much determined that these were free and clear, and luckily, you know, we are not seeing any water gushing out, so we were pretty good for avoiding the radiant heat mechanisms. What kind of bolts are these?
These are anchors.
Anchors.
Sleeve anchors.
Pretty cool.
You tighten them up. It spreads that outer sleeve apart.
Oh, yeah.
And
So you can't pull them back in. Pull it back through.
exactly. Hopefully that fits with that thing in the way.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Look at that. Solid. So how do you connect it to the... Oh, you're just going to have the pole. That's what connects it to the plate through the hole.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere with the square plate.
Right.
Once everything's, once the weight's on there.
Right. Let's drill through one of our first stairs. See how it might look. Just play around with it. See how we need to do these lights. I think I got this on camera yet. How you set up your...
Oh, okay. So I use this to line it up.
Big long bit. Helps you find your center hole. Or position it over the... You already have your center hole.
I already have the center part. There's a little
Miles Craft.
silicone gasket in there. On drill mode. We go.
Did it go all the way through?
Yeah.
Oh. Did it go into your sawhorse?
No, it just barely got there.
Oh. So the thickness of the stairs is thick enough, but the spacers you'll probably have to go from the bottom.
Two sides. You can get maybe 4 inches.
Looks like such a little hole. Oh well. That's the trick. Let's go see how it works.
I'll tighten that up with a pipe wrench when you get going there.
Mm-hmm. Cool, man. Our first step. The first step of our first step. Oh, that's how wide it's going to be. Oh, cool.
So I need to figure out where to start the first step. There's 12 steps in a circle. I'm going to do them every 30 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to draw out a little clock face.
Mm-hmm.
Close enough.
Mm-hmm.
So probably should end like right there. So this step here would be the last one, but it would also be a plank. So it would go like this.
It would be a platform
Yeah.
for the first floor.
Exactly. Like that.
Okay.
Which means there should be 15 stairs. So this is one. So then it would start. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So it'd start number 1 would be there. So 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
90 degrees.
Off the wall. That would be like that. So this edge would be 90 degrees.
Uh-huh. Well, it's good. It's facing the same direction as the stairs now. So.
What I want to do first is I just want to mark my line square to the wall. Like this. Said Bryan square. Look square.
Perfect
Square?
Perfect square? Oh, it's square.
Does it look square?
Does it look square?
Looks square.
Yeah. Looks square.
I got to screw them down.
Oh,
So this gets screwed.
into the post? Into the base?
Right. So that goes into there. So it'll be. I was going to do 2, but I think I'll do 3.
3 per stair. But you'll have to mark them to have been alternating spots.
Right, and I need to make sure that I'm not drilling. So for the lights, I'm going to drill a hole on an angle.
Uh-huh.
Because the holes need to match up. And the hole needs to spiral around.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a little template, and so I know where 30 degrees is, and I know where to drill the next hole.
Okay.
Let's go down.
So even longer screws.
Well, it's got to get through 5 inches of spacer
Yeah.
until it gets to this one below it.
Okay.
And that's almost...
Ooh. It holds a big man. Not that big. We need the heavy duties.
It's got a little bit of uplift on the back side.
Let me see if the camera catches it. Yep.
So I think one thing I can do is put a little shim right in there.
Okay.
Plus this has to get screwed in more.
Okay.
Once you have the weight, you have much more stairs.
I want to try it. Wow. So you have to explain what your idea for the wire was. You decided to...
I'm just going to lengthen this. I'll just cut it and make it longer. And then this whole thing can be mounted in the wall behind a little access panel. It's way easier. So I just need to, and which I'm going to do anyway with all the lights, is just drill a hole through here on an angle, so that it'll meet up with the next stair will be offset 30 degrees. So whatever that angle will be, I don't know if will be 30 degrees that way as well, but.
So explain it again.
So if you draw a line straight through here like this, it's a continuous piece of wood in the stair, so that's where a bolt should go, because when you push down on it, it's going to want to pull up on that side.
Right.
So you wouldn't want to put one here because there's a cutout there, so there's no force on that. You want this one here, and then same with over here. So it's kind of the middle of the stair portion.
There we go. Guess you're through.
Yeah, actually, what I did was I pushed the little chunk
Oh, that's funny.
further down. Oh, good. That was actually lined up perfectly. Almost perfect.
Woo, all the way through.
This way. So now I figure out where the light goes. I would like these to stack up the same way all the way up. So I balled the center of the log because the core of it's not the center. So what I want to see is figure out where what my 30-degree mark is.
Well,
If I I draw a line on this bottom one all the way. Or even put the square on, right on the line, and then I can get the.
oh yeah.
Now I'll try to. And then the next stair, which would be the last stair up there, would be off like that, and that would be where it meets on the landing.
You've got all the geometry tools.
Yeah.
Working some math over here.
Had to use inverse tan.
Inverse tan. Oh. So what step are you on?
Contemplating. I'm still in the contemplating thing.
Still in the contemplate.
Yeah. I've almost got it. I think I'm figured out how I need to drill my hole, the angle, where I'm going to drill it.
And this is the hole for the lights.
Figure the light pattern out. So I still have to drill. I think it's a 1/2-inch hole to go in here for the light itself.
Okay.
And now I'm going to drill this hole down to here, and I should be able to hit. I should go through that spot. I should hit right here on this stair. So I think I gotta be careful because I haven't screwed this to there yet. So, right, like that. I want to keep my drill parallel to that.
Without knocking it out of the way. Well, I guess you'll start your hole, then you can
Yeah.
line up your shaft.
That's my hole to bring that wire in.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna drill that out, or finish drilling that. Then route out the channel.
Okay. It looks like a worm went traveled
Yeah.
through.
So there you go.
Okay. So that's for your line.
It'll come in, and then the rubber floor piece will cover that up, so you don't see it.
Cool.
So that'll go in there, and then I can attach the other one. I'll just go get it.
Oh, and that way you can go all the way up to the...
Yeah, so I can keep it straighter. If I put each piece on, I can, and then I clamp it to there, to that hole.
Mm-hmm.
So I can show you. Go get it.
So it'll be easier to keep straight as if you can get it centered and clamped into place
Right.
versus going piece by piece, and you might find yourself getting off track.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
It'll take longer to, take it off and then put another piece on and then put it back on. But jack it up.
Yeah, see, it's not on the floor. I'm like, oh, look at extra height.
Because I have to, I want to use the clip on this light to connect to the transformer.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to have it up in the air
Hmm.
to do that. Because I can't. I had to make this bottom one bigger
Mm-hmm.
so I could get this through it.
Oh.
But I'm not going to do them all that because it's just barely, the hole is just a little bit smaller than the lip on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want that to be like that on all of them. So, now.
What have I missed? I've been editing videos, so...
Sorry, like putting the things on, but you know what? I'm not loving it.
The connectors?
Yeah, and just the amount of time it takes to do.
Mm.
You do 4 connectors on each light.
Oh. So it's... Originally you'd gotten these little connectors to reduce the amount of wiring because there was so much wiring in these LED lights, but now you're thinking... So, yeah, the connectors...
So I need at least a 9/16 hole to get that through.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was gonna shorten the wires, but I go get a 9/16 bit because I don't have a 3/4. I get the 9/16 because you can see on the bottom when you can see the light around.
Oh.
You can see the light coming around.
Oh, yeah.
The flange there.
Yeah. You would have to what? Like use some caulking or something to
Yeah.
seal it up if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool though.
Yep.
So that's how it's gonna look. Neato. Well, folks, it was sort of a long and tedious day troubleshooting, putting together the assembly of the stairs. So in addition to just the basic woodworking, like drilling through the holes and figuring out where all the lighting goes, there were the elements of figuring out the configuration, the angles, the orientation of the stairs. So just a lot of measuring, a lot of kind of calculating, things that maybe are a little hard to do before you actually assemble it together that are better done when you're actually kind of planning it out. So now Bryan's kind of deciding on, maybe just trying to do the lights a little bit differently so he doesn't have to do so it's not so time consuming with shortening all the connections. But let's get his opinion. So, been a long day, Bryan. What do you feel like is we've learned so far with just the initial assembly of the first couple of steps? That's what we've got so far.
Well, it took a while just to kind of figure out the process of putting each one together. adding the electrical to it, how I wanted to do it, because the transformer, the part coming, the 12 volts coming out, that connector isn't as nearly as long as the 110 going into it, and so I had to figure out what I was going to do with that. Ended up leaving the original connector on it, tucking it up inside the little recess that I made, and then I did the I used the pink connectors, these here. So these they just connect like that. Make sure I get the right side. So you just crimp them on, and then it's a heat shrink, and it worked really good. However, it's very time consuming. So it probably took me 20 minutes just to do the 4 connectors. So what I'm going to try and do, because I didn't, with the 3/4 inch bit, or no, 5/8 inch bit to put the light in there, there was a little bit of light coming around the flange. And so I want to see if I can find a 9/16 bit. I think the connector then will go through there. And then what I also did is I hollowed out a little cavity inside, so there's more space to tuck the wires. So I think if I do that part, use a 9/16 bit to make the hole for the light, I think then there'll be plenty of room to get to connect those because they're way faster. You just screw together. And so I think that'll work better. I think the staircase will go up a lot faster.
Okay. So yeah, definitely another element of complexity when you're doing electrical work through solid wood. So
Right.
Aside from the lighting, any other opinions about the assembly of the treads and the spacers and the base? I don't know if there was something you were thinking about that you were going to do different.
So I might put a metal plate on the base and where it's further out away from center and bolt that down into the cement. So
Okay.
we'll see. I can do that later, I think. It might take a little bit of chiseling to kind of make a nice flat spot to put bolts down in there. But we'll see once we get to the first floor, then that'll get secured on 2 sides, and so it'll be. Hopefully, it won't move any. But if right now, if you step on the first stair, there's a little bit of wiggle, and so I think we can solve that with a couple bolts in there.
Well, the good thing about the way that it's assembling now is that you can kind of put it together and then take it apart again. So it's not like once you put it together, it's together forever. You can undo the screws and things like that.
Right, yeah. If I had to, yeah. I obviously don't want to get 3/4 of the way up and have to come all the way back down. But trying to figure out the angle, that was a little bit time consuming because I had to cut. So I need to cut an 8.5 degree angle through here. So this is my guide. So 8.5 degrees will then line me up to right through here, to where I'll match up with the hole on the bottom. So that's where I had to do a bunch of math. So that required me to use tan. so I had to figure out what this angle here was, and so that's the first measurement I had. But I moved the hole was closer to the pole, the center, so it ended up being 1 3/16 wide, and then I was able to figure out the it was actually 8.44, so I just went to 8.5. But so then I cut an 8.5 degree angle in here, and then I could use my long drill bit because I knew where this was. This is 1.5 inches out, and then just follow that like that, and then that took me right down to where the light is, right there. So that was a little time consuming to figure that out, but now that I know it, so
yeah, after you figure out all of these sort of time consuming things that you can't really figure out ahead of time. You got to kind of do it while you're doing it.
Right.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
the rest of the assembly, now that you figured out some of these key elements, should go pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
cool. Well, stay tuned, guys. We'll keep you posted on the progress of the stairs. So we kind of got a lot of the hard stuff out of the way. And if you've got any great ideas, we'd love to hear them. We always love to hear your feedback. So thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. And we'll keep you posted on the log staircase.
And if you have the ideas, hurry up with them. I'll put it together.
We'll see you next time.